Alrighty.
Let's do this.
Welcome to the CubeCast podcast, late since 2015. Today is August 29th, 2015. I'm Ranja, and joined with me, as consistently and frequently, is Mitch. How are you doing, Mitch?
I'm good.
Good,
How are you?
good. I'm well. I am well. Yes, and I am back. I am back. Yes.
Where did you go again?
I marched with a drum and bugle corps for like a couple months and stuff.
Sounds like fun. So the plans for this episode, we're going to announce the tagline raffle winner, finally. There are a lot of world records and continental records that we're going to go over in this episode, so just please bear with us. And we will have Keaton Ellis and Drew Brads on for this episode, and we're not going to be having Anthony Brooks on for this episode because things are a little bit too complicated with getting him on. And Keaton and Drew were just right there, and they had just won events at Nationals, so we really wanted to get them on as quickly as possible.
So we're going to be having them on after a commercial break. But before that, we have some news, some pretty pressing news, actually. It's about Anders Larson. He passed away very recently at the age of 51. He had been competing since 2003, was a delegate, and traveled the world organizing and delegating competitions. He delegated 39 competitions in 9 countries. He was also the leader of the World Cube Association's Independent Advisory Committee. Ron van Bruchem, one of the founders of the WCA, wrote something very beautiful that I wanted to read excerpts of. So Ron says, "Our dear friend Anders Larson died in a tragic accident falling from height in South Korea on August 6th, 2015. He was only 51 years old. Anders participated in his first competition at the World Championship 2003 in Toronto. When I met Anders for the first time, it became immediately clear to me that Anders was a special person. He was friendly to everyone and made lots of jokes. His second competition was the European Championship 2004 in Amsterdam. During the competition, he and his countryman Kare Krigg introduced us to the skills of feat solving. It looked a bit like a circus act, but the pictures and videos of their feat gave our hobby a lot of media attention. Anders also showed us that he was a very reliable and trustworthy person. Therefore, the WCA board awarded him the status of WCA delegate. With this status, Anders started organizing and delegating competitions in Sweden, making Sweden the 6th country with WCA competitions. After his attendance at World Championship 2005 in Florida, Anders started bringing the WCA to new countries and areas. First Finland in 2007, Norway in 2008, Denmark in 2008, Singapore in 2009, Vietnam in 2010, the western part of Australia in 2011, and South Africa in 2014. This was very important for the WCA, but more importantly, he inspired and enabled people in those areas to be part of our community and take their own initiatives to help the WCA further. After some serious incidents during WCA competitions, the board asked Anders in 2010 to start the Independent Advisory Committee, or the IAC. We chose Anders because he was a wise and independent thinker. Anders replied with his typical funny words, "Thank you for the trust to hold probably the most unrewarding position within the WCA." In total, Anders competed in 84 competitions in 39 countries. He delegated 39 competitions in 9 countries. These numbers alone already show the importance of Anders for the development of the WCA. But we will all remember Anders as a very kind and helpful person, a great advisor with a huge amount of humor. So that was written by, again, Ron van Bruchem, who knew Anders very well for a long time. I think it really goes to show Anders' character in bringing cubing competitions to so many other different places in the world, especially reading Singapore and Vietnam, that stuff like that. That for him to go out of his way, purchase plane tickets in order to go officiate these things, all because of a colorful piece of plastic with moving parts on it.
He's done a lot for the WCA, and he's definitely going to be missed for all of the opportunities that he's brought for us.
Yeah. So, next, on a slightly more touching note, housekeeping. Woo!
Well, we kind of covered all of these things already,
Yeah, that's true. But we finally have a tagline raffle winner. For those of you who don't know, we had a tagline raffle where you would submit a tagline. Your name would get entered into this wonderful raffle for a $15 gift card or gift code to thecubicle.us. And we've picked our winner and stuff. All your names, if you submitted it, your name was entered only once. and we picked randomly from on RNG. Waffle actually did the picking because Mitch and I didn't want to deal with that. And the pick was...
Do I say it?
Yeah.
Oh, Shane Grogan, you won. Congratulations.
Woo! You win a $15 code to the CubeCast. We'll probably be doing some more giveaways in the future, so please stay tuned to this. And apologies for the late results and late recording. And we haven't recorded in 6 weeks, but it be what it do.
What? What did you just say? What did it do? What does that mean?
It be what it do.
That's
Mitch,
like nothing.
Mitch,
what?
They don't think it be like it is, but it do.
Okay, you're just speaking gibberish. Okay, the next thing about the Anthony episode, we've had a lot of delays with him, but as I said before in the episode, we want to have Keaton and Drew on because they just recently won events at nationals, and it's kind of time sensitive to talk about their winning stuff. So yeah, we will try to have Anthony on at a later date, but he's just extremely busy and it's hard to have him on.
It makes sense. Yeah, we want to apologize to the listeners because all of you guys sent in questions and stuff for Anthony, and we were all getting really hyped to record with him, but scheduling just didn't work out. Like we couldn't all find a good time to get together and actually make the thing happen. So yeah, but Anthony, if you're listening to this, we still want you on here because you're really cool.
Yep. Okay, the next thing is the two big competitions that happened recently, World Championships and the U.S. Nationals. So none of the guests went to World Championships, and
no.
Well, I mean, for obvious reasons, it's like really far away. But I was the only guest that went to, or not the guest, I'm not a guest, the host that went to U.S. Nationals this past summer, and it was a lot of fun. If you guys don't know, I made it into the Guanlong Challenge, and I guess we can talk about that right now. It was the top 16 seeds in the 3x3 first round, and I think I got 15th seed or 15th or 16th spot in first round, and then of course like some of the lower or the higher ranked people didn't show up, so like 20th seed made it into the Guanlong Challenge, but that's besides the point. So the whole idea behind this Guanlong Challenge was that people would get a cube, or they would get a Guanlong, and you would have 5 minutes to set up the cube, or whatever, however you wanted to do it. And they provided like Maru Lube, Traxxas, screwdrivers, Cubicle lubes as well, because obviously Cubicle sponsored this event. And so the other 15 competitors decided to be nice and make their cubes really, they decided to make their cubes as best as they possibly could. But I decided to do something different and make my cube as worse as I possibly could. So my idea was that I would run to the beach and back and put sand in my cube. But the thing is, the beach was a little bit longer than I was hoping. So I only ran to the parking lot of between one of building A and building B, which if you weren't at the event, then that doesn't really make any sense. But there was there was this little median thing in the parking lot, and I grabbed some dirt and put it in the cube. And then on the way back, I saw this little splotch of sand, so I grabbed some sand and put it in my cube. And once I ran back into the event room, I dumped a lot of Traxxas or Cubicle, whatever lube that was. I dumped a quarter of a tube in there, and then and then I also put way too much Maru lube in there. So it when I had finally put my cube together, there was a little puddle underneath the cube. So that took a lot of time to clean up, and so we actually got to competing. And how this worked is it was how does this work? What's it called? What's that one competition? Head-to-head. So yeah, it was a head-to-head format. 2 people go at a time, and whoever wins the head-to-head gets the other person's cube. So now they have to solve 2 cubes instead of 1 cube, and then whoever wins for the 2-cube race, they get 4 cubes, 8 cubes, and then whoever wins the 8-cube one wins all 16 Guanlongs. And so if you guys haven't seen the video for this yet, Philip Lewicki made a really great video, and on the first what is it, like heat or round or whatever. The first round I went up against what's this kid's name? I can't remember. I'm so sorry. Brandon Huang. Yes, Brandon Huang. I went up against him, and he decided to be a little jokester and just wait around for me to solve my cube because it took like 40 seconds, and he.
Wow, not even so Mitch.
So I got to OLL, and I'm like, oh my god, this is gonna be an EPLL skip. So I like did OLL, and then he didn't notice that I was actually gonna skip EPLL, and I actually beat him. So if you watch the video, my reaction is like, holy f***, I didn't think I was gonna be able to beat him. And the second heat or second round, I went up against Lucas Etter, and he also did a similar thing. He waited for me to finish, but I was very close to beating him, but he edged me out just a little bit because I didn't get a PLL skip this time. But anyways, Lucas went on and actually won. They replaced my shitty cube with like a decent Guanlong because sabotaging is not really in the... They didn't think it was very tasteful for me to try to sabotage other people, but whatever. It was just all in for the fun of the thing.
No, man. You were making the cube. You were tailoring the cube to your needs.
If you say
if somebody else doesn't like it, they can't like screw with it. What if I made my Guanlong super super tight so that it like wouldn't pop, and that's how I like my cubes. And this other guy's like, yo, this cube turns like give me a new one. They wouldn't do that for him. Then why should they do that for yours? I mean, like it's so unreasonable. I'm joking. I'm absolutely joking. That was all off the cuff.
So yeah, that was probably like the most exciting thing that I was a part of at Nationals, because you get to see all these really fast solvers do relay solves, which they normally don't get to do because there's no relays in actual competition. So like you get to see, oh wait, they actually suck at 3x3 when they don't have inspection. So yeah. The next thing that happened at U.S. Nationals, or I'm talking about things that were like recorded on video and kind of stuff. If you haven't seen Noah Arthur's funny interviews that Chris Olsen put together for his video, it was really funny. And if there are some pretty good interviews in there, and yeah, you should definitely check it out.
Yeah, I particularly like the one by Ryan Jew.
Oh God, no! Don't. You should not watch that part.
I mean, yeah.
Okay.
Anyway,
the next thing on the list, Philip Lewicki put his full U.S. Nationals video together, and that was released about a week and a half ago, 2 weeks ago. So definitely check that one out. That's the first.
Yeah, that was really cool.
Yeah, that's besides Chris's video, that's the first one that has been released, or that's not the first one, but it's like the first of the two really, really high production videos that are going to be released for this competition.
Yeah, then Chris's is supposed to be out pretty soon. I think it's what was he saying, like September 6th or something?
Yeah.
I forget. So, but very soon. So if you're listening to this, it might already be out because I don't know how long this is going to take to edit. So we'll figure that out, I guess. So the next order of business, of course, is the world records and continental records.
Oh boy.
Yeah, we haven't recorded in 6 weeks apparently. So let's just go. Okay, so the first competition, TCG and Friends 2015 in Lima, Peru. So this is on the road to World Championships. So Felix Zemdegs comes out and gets a couple world records and 3 oceanic records. Comes out with a 5x5 average world record of 51.93, a 6x6 mean of 147.60, also a world record, 6x6 single OCR of 139.40, 7x7 single OCR of 236.87, and 7x7 OCR mean of 245.45. Next we have Gianfranco Juanqui, I guess, for 3 blind, single SAR, South American record of 24.90, and blind mean of 28.12, also South American record. Gianfranco Juanqui also got 4 blind single SAR of 3 minutes 40.09 seconds, 5x5 blindfolded single SAR of 17 minutes and 56 seconds, and multi-blind single of 21 out of 23 in 55 minutes 23 seconds. Next we have Jean-Alexander Tabwata Temple, basically like one of the best skubers in general. Skube average SAR of 3.77, Pedro Alejandro Condoteles got a 6x6 single SAR of 2 minutes and 0.81 seconds. And 6x6 mean SAR of 2 minutes 10.55. That's crazy. Okay. So that happened. And that was all at TCG and Friends Lima, Peru.
All right. The next competition was Michigan 2015 in Ann Arbor, Michigan. And Lucas Eder got a 7.13 North American 3x3 average. And he just released the video like last week. So it took him a really long time to post the video finally. But whatever.
Next competition is Basque 7 in Sunnyvale, California. I wasn't there. I was marching drum corps. Oops. Ty Marshall gets a 2.11 NAR Cube single.
It was a super shitty scramble, and he just did a weird layer and got a sledge skip.
See, that sounds a lot like something else that happened about a year ago.
Yeah.
A year and a half ago. A really, really stupid block to a sledge and then done. Anyway, congrats, Ty.
Good job. Okay.
I have to beat that now.
Next competition was Haifei Open 2015 in Haifei, China. Kaijun Lin got a 217.07 ASR 4x4 blindfolded single, and he also got a 22 out of 23 multi-blindfolded single in 43 minutes and 53 seconds, which is really fast.
Jeez. And then, what you've all been waiting for.
This is going to take forever.
World Rubik's Cube Championship 2015 in Sao Paulo, Brazil. Alright, I'm looking at this list here. It's like a page long. Anyway, so let's start with the obvious. Felix Zemdegs. 7x7 single world record of 2 minutes 23.55. 7x7 mean world record of 2 minutes 33.73. Wow, like 10 seconds apart. Damn. 3x3 single OCR of 5.60, beating his 5.66 from a couple years earlier. And another 3x3 single that he beat later, OCR as well, of 5.39. What? And then Megamink's average OCR of 50.75. What? Then Jan Bentlaga of Germany got a 1.68 world record Cube single, which beats a 1.69 that was gotten also pretty recently, from what I remember. Kevin Hayes, next from Kevin Hayes from America, gets a 6x6 mean world record of 1 minute 46.41, and then beats it later with a 1 minute 45.98. Jeez. 5x5 single North American record of 51.26. 5x5 average North American record in 55.66. 7x7 single North American record in 2 minutes 30.35. Next we have Gajaden McNeil, or Gajaden McKellen. There was an article that featured
Rubik's.
Jay and it was Rubik's. Yeah. Rubik's Official posted this thing on Facebook saying that Jay's name was Jaden McKellen. What? Anyway,
they also messed up other people, but whatever.
But Jaden McKellen, that's pretty crazy. Also, what's pretty crazy is Jay got feet OCRs that aren't necessarily feet OCRs. Why? Anyway, feet single OCR of 1 minute 20.35 and feet mean OCR of 1 minute 32.15. Next, we have Michał Bleskowicz with an OH single ER of 8.48. What? Oh, yeah.
Nobody heard about it.
Nobody heard about it because world record is so stupid fast.
Yeah. And
stupid lucky. But,
screw you, Faz.
Getting lucky is not a crime. Getting lucky and getting faster than Eric Ackerstein two-handed is not a crime. Next, Felipe Rueda Hernandez with a Megaminx average SAR of 51.24. Gianfranco Juanqui again with a three blind single SAR of 21.83. Jeez. And then a 5x5 blind SAR single of 13 minutes 53 seconds. Next we have Joao Pedro Batista Ribeiro Costa. 5 names. FMC mean SAR of 25.67. Pedro Alejandro Condoteles with a 6x6 mean SAR of 2 minutes 7.81 seconds. And 7x7 single and mean SARs. The single at 3 minutes 11.59 and the mean at 3 minutes 21.92. Next, and last and certainly but not least, I can't words that apparently, Pedro Enrique de Silva Roque with a 4x4 single and average SARs single at 27.73, and the average at 32.15, and then actually last 5x5 average SAR of 1 minute 3.32 seconds. Okay, Worlds is done. Woo!
That was the longest competition thing ever. Okay, the next competition.
Oh, good luck.
Oh, fuck. SLS Sosnowiec.
You tried.
2015 in Sosnowiec, Poland. Can you say his name?
Michał Żywuski, something like that?
Yeah,
I'm not sure. He got sub 3 Scube. Yeah, 299 world record Scube average.
Yeah. Okay, I'll take the next one then, because Skips in Brest, 2015, in Brest, Belarus. So Vladislav Shevelsky got a 157.14 ER 6x6 average.
Jeez.
Sub
That
2.
SESC Santos 2015 in Santos, Sao Paulo, Brazil was Gabriel Pereira Campagna with a feet average world record of 28.41 feet mean, not average, feet mean. And then next we have Pedro Henrique da Silva Roque with a 3x3 single SAR of 6.82, not even sub-Mitch, but still pretty fast, and 5x5 average SAR of 1 minute 2.71 seconds. Dang.
Next competition is Magic Revenge 2015 in New Taipei City, Taiwan, and Yifan Wu got a 31.33 ASR 4x4 average.
Why do you think they called it Magic Revenge 2015? Magic didn't even come back.
I don't know. It's just like one of... Have you ever read the manuals in the cubes now? They're just like completely translated from Google Translate or something like that.
Yeah. Yeah, basically. Well, it is called the Magic Cube, and the 4x4 is called the Rubik's Revenge. So maybe that... I don't know. 4x4 makes sense.
Yeah.
Anyway, next one is Nate Waite, Summer 2015 in Zonhoven, Belgium, with Sebastian Aru with an FMC average world record, or FMC mean, of 25 flat.
Wasn't this tied?
Good Lord.
Or...
Yeah, that ties Vincent Shu...
And himself,
And himself again.
I'm pretty sure it's like a 4-way tie or 3-way tie now.
I'm not sure. I can find out later, though. Whatever.
Okay, the next competition was U.S. Nationals 2015 in Hilton Head, South Carolina. And Jakub Kipa got a 28.56 ER 3x3 feet average. When he finished the second solve of that mean, I asked him what was the average, and he's like, oh, I still have one more, and I'm like, oh shit, I shouldn't have asked you because you might mess up now, but I guess he didn't because he got ER. The next record was Drew Brad's 1.68 North American record pyramid single. Whoa.
But yeah, it's amazing because the feet world record mean is 28.41, and here Jakub Kipa is with 28.56 at Nats. That is too close. That is way too close. Anyway, next one is the Glorious North 2015 in Manchester, the UK, and Connor Cronin got a whole slew of AFRs, including 5x5 average with 136.64, square one single 16.31, square one average 25.88, clock average 8.29, Scube average at 6 flat or 6.00, 3x3 multi blindfolded single of 4 out of 5. I don't know what the time is. I guess whoever did this didn't collect it. It's okay.
The next competition, Torneo Salitre. Oh crap, Salitre Plaza 2015 in Bogota, Colombia. Felipe Rueda Hernandez got a 43.98 SAR Megaminx single and a 47.44 SAR Megaminx average.
Woo! Next one is Kaliska Open 2015 in Kaliska, Poland. See, that's an easy Polish city to say. Michał Halchuk got a 156.43 European record 6x6 mean. Dang.
Beat, what's his name, a couple weeks before.
Yeah. The
next competition is Cross Strait Cubing Exchange 2015 in Taichung, Taiwan. And Yifan Wu again got a 31.10 ASR 4x4 average.
Jeez.
Last competition.
Hong Kong Summer Cube Day 2015 in Hong Kong, Hong Kong. And Kijun Miao got a 3.55 ASR Scube average.
I didn't even hear about that.
Nope, had no idea. And these records are up to date as of today, as posted on the official records and stuff. We heard about something that got done literally today at Italian Nationals that we'll have to talk about next time. But it involves something getting faster by a decent amount of time. So that's pretty cool. All right, next we have breaking news.
The Ortega method or the Verasano method. So if you haven't seen Chris Olsen's video recently about this topic, you should definitely check it out. He discusses how the 2x2 method should not be called the Ortega method because the Verasano method predates it by like 20 years, and we should be calling it something else. We should be calling it Verasano method now because of how it was much more. It was around for much longer. But the issue that a lot of people are having with that right now is that like it was meant for being a 3x3 method and not actually a 2x2 method, but where like Verasano method was supposed to be a 3x3 method. But I don't know. What do you think, Brandon?
Well, Verasano, for those of you who don't know, Jeff Verasano is an American speedcuber who published a book in 1981, I think called Conquer the Cube. I know people like Ryan Przybylski or Przybylski, however you want to say it. He learned from there originally, and he noted that the Ortega-Jelinek method for 3x3 was almost identical to this Verasano method that he originally learned by, and so he discussed that with me a couple of years ago, actually. I think it's interesting that we even name methods by their creators or the original proposers. Like, I can't really say much because I have a Scube method that I named after myself that I could easily change to something else. Should anyone actually want that to happen, I wouldn't mind doing that. Like, Justin Harder and I proposed Pika and we called it that. So anything can happen. Anyway, but no, I think that having the name there, like, it's really like, what's in a name? If Ortega is something that everybody is able to recognize, and everybody is able to, if that is the common language, and that is, and calling it the Verasano method will make it more difficult to communicate about the method, then I would say I would not be disinclined to stay with Ortega. But I don't really have an opinion either way. I'll call it whatever people want to call it, because I was reading in the speed solving thread about the whole controversy and stuff that, remember when people called CFOP Friedrich all the time? It was only, you would just see Friedrich or Friedrich or some bastardization of the name. And now CFOP is kind of standard, but it makes a lot more sense calling it CFOP because it's an initialism of its steps and almost like an acronymization of its steps. But Verasano is just adding another name to the mix. People have been saying, just call it FOP for face, orient, permute. And while that makes sense, I think people might get confused with CFOP and then FOP. I don't know. And also people making all sorts of jokes about fopping. So, yeah.
Yeah.
That's the thing.
We'll see. If people want to do it, then whatever, but
it'd be what it do.
Exactly. Okay, the hardware section, the Cubic Alpha was released recently at US Nationals, and if you don't know, like, some of the winners for certain events actually got the puzzle. It's pretty good. I got one, and it's nice.
You bought one?
No, I didn't buy one.
Oh, you didn't buy one?
No, I didn't. I acquired one.
Ooh, interesting.
Exactly. Also, another cube that I acquired is the Key Thunderclap, but if you're Tim Wong, it's something else.
Yeah, how is that cube?
I haven't lubed it yet, so I don't know.
Oh, good job.
All right, the next thing on the list is the 22 by 22 by 22.
Yeah, so there's this guy who designed a 22 by 22 by 22 and attempted to put it together, and it, like, exploded. Like, the core snapped or some crazy thing. Like, the core is, like, not functional. So he has to wait about a month or so for his new order of that core to go through and arrive and stuff until he can actually assemble the puzzle so that it is a formal world record for the largest N by N by N puzzle ever made.
I think I actually saw a photo on, like, Cubic's Friends recently, and it was actually fully assembled. So
no, it was from one angle. From what I understand, it was from one angle, and the cube had already exploded.
Oh, okay.
And it was just
Never
from
mind
a different
then.
angle that didn't show it exploded. So
All right.
that's a thing.
So you want to take a commercial break now?
Yeah, so we're going to take a commercial break. After the break, we're going to have Keaton Ellis and Drew Brads on, so stay tuned for that. And we're back. And with us now is Keaton Ellis and Drew Brads. How are y'all doing?
Hello.
Hi, how are you?
I'm doing pretty well.
Doing aight. So, welcome to the show. You guys had some significant accomplishments at U.S. Nationals very recently, which I did not attend. So, yeah. How was Nats?
Nationals was pretty cool.
I'd say it was pretty decent.
I rated a 6.25 out of 6.25.
Wow, not even submit.
Seriously.
All right.
I'd give it a little less than that, maybe 6.24. No specific reason behind that. Just to be different.
So, let's talk about you guys, your guys' cubing backgrounds and stuff. Let's start with Keaton.
Hey.
How did you first start cubing? What are you doing with cubing now? What do you know? What do you use? Etc. and so forth. And do you know Felix's rice pudding recipe?
Unfortunately, I don't know Felix's rice pudding recipe. The only time I actually talked to him was at U.S. Nationals for like 2 minutes right before finals. And I just asked if he was nervous. He's like, yeah. Apart from that, I use CFOP. I like one hand in big cubes, in Scube and FMC.
You don't like Scube. That's a lie.
I love Scube. I just get really lucky at it compared to my actual times. I average like 5.5 at home, and I have a 4.5 average. I got into cubing. I learned how to solve it, and then a couple years passed. I went to high school, and I met Yushin Chen, who at the time was like 30 seconds faster than me. So it was my goal to beat her. But before I beat her, I moved to Maryland, and then met Felix Lee, who was even faster than her. And it took me like 2 years to beat him too. So yeah.
Keaton, or not Keaton. Yeah, Drew, it's your turn.
So I also don't know Felix's rice pudding recipe, but I wish I did. He's so sneaky with it, but yeah, I've been cubing for like 6 years now. I started off with pretty much just 3x3. I had a pretty typical story. Like, I just bought a cube and learned how to solve it. Now I solve like everything 2 through 7. Pyraminx is, I guess, my main thing, along with 3x3. I'll also do some Scube on the side. I also use CFOP. I'm boring. So yeah, that's my story, and I'm sticking to it.
All right. Wait, you guys were both on staff at U.S. Nationals, right?
Yep.
What did that entail?
Drew, Drew, you had like an issue with not being able to like do Wednesday staff stuff or something?
Yeah, I just, we came right from camp, and we couldn't drive down the day before. We had to leave early from camp as it was. So I couldn't be there Thursday for the staff competition.
Oh, ouch.
Yeah, it was a pain, but I managed.
Yeah, I wasn't actually able to go to the staff comp either, but I did like all my stuff in an hour on Thursday night. It was fun.
Actually, that was kind of fun, I thought. Like, I did like 10 events right in a row. It was pretty exciting.
See, if you come to the Bay Area, we do that for every competition.
You guys are so special.
Like, we do staff comps at our comps.
You guys are
Like, that's
so special.
I know. Thank you for noticing.
Here in Maryland, I just force my staff to compete right before they're supposed to work, which is probably not as good of an idea, actually.
Yeah, we do the same thing because they work all day.
Yeah, that's
Like,
what we do.
all in a row.
You know, sometimes I
Yeah,
feel kind of
fine.
bad for those people, but then I realize I'm the one who made them do it, and then I have to do it as well, and so then I don't feel as bad.
Yeah, I think that's what it really comes down to. Wait, so what do you guys do in the cubing community right now? Are you organizers, both of you?
Yeah. I'm actually organizing a competition on September 26th. So you guys should all come to Slow and Steady, even if you live in the Bay Area like Rancho.
Yeah, I'm not coming, dude.
Yeah.
Makes me sad.
I mean, if I weren't going to Portland the week before and tickets for like planes weren't ridiculously expensive, I would consider it. But at this point, no.
Damn,
Sorry.
that makes me sad.
But hey, FMC USA is going to be a thing again, and we can all collaborate in that.
Yeah,
Do
boy.
do some mean stuff.
That is so funny.
Yeah. My jokes only get worse from here. That's the funniest part.
That was the single good joke that's gonna be on this show.
But it was better than average.
Oh. Hey, that was actually really good. For you listeners at home, if you have any other awful jokes to send to us, go ahead, and we might read some out, or we might not. We'll find out. But yeah, send this to us at cubecast@gmail.com. All right, so the real reason why we have both of you on here is because, well, first and foremost, you both are awesome, and you had accomplishments at nationals. So what were those accomplishments exactly? Let's have Drew go first.
Okay, so I won 3 different events. I podiumed in 3 events and won 3 events, so that's good. I won 3x3 and Pyraminx, and I also somehow managed to win Skew. Not really sure how that happens. But it was the first time I won a major competition for 3x3, so I was really happy with that.
Yeah, that's tight. And what was your winning average for 3x3?
8.33 seconds. 0.01 ahead of Cornelius Diekman.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was. I was so
Dude,
nervous.
I was watching Jeremy Fleischman calculate the averages, like as they were coming,
Mhm.
and then when I saw that you beat him by 0.01, everyone just like, oh my god! Like everyone that was seeing all the averages being calculated.
Yeah, that was crazy. I saw Blake like nodded to me because he was down in that group too. I think he had seen
Yeah.
it and he was like waving at me and stuff. And then Lucas Guerin told me also.
Oh, that kind of sucks. Well, the thing is, like, Nationals 2014, it was very obvious who won
Yeah.
because everybody was chanting USA the whole time.
Oh my god.
So, Keaton, what were your amazing accomplishments?
My list is not as long as Drew's. I got first place for one hand, and that was my only podium.
That's pretty tight, though, because one hand is, like,
Intense.
yeah, and, yeah, one hand can get really intense. Especially, like, you just went and won it single-handedly.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
I'll see you guys on the next episode. I'm gonna leave. Bye.
Okay.
Oh
We
man.
can't get a hand on the situation.
Please stop. Stop. Okay, we need to like change
This is out of
topics or
control.
else I'm gonna like explode. Keaton, tell us how much news coverage you've had about U.S. Nationals.
Okay, so my university actually featured me on their website. I'm not 100% sure how they found out. I'm pretty sure it was my parents. But I was featured in the math department with a little thing that said, "Congratulations, Keaton Ellis, for being the one-handed national champion at U.S. Nationals." And they actually got it right. They knew that I was the one-hand champion, not just a champion, like the champion, which was pretty cool because you don't see a ton of accurate cube stuff in news.
Drew, how much news have you gotten for winning?
This time around, almost none actually. Like I got like one new article in the paper, and then I was on TV for a really tiny thing. But like the past 2 summers before this, I've had like the same exact story, like Nationals 2014 and Worlds 2013. It's like they've covered this story twice already, and they're done with me. So almost none.
I think the location had a lot to do with it because, you know, we were practically in the middle of nowhere and not a lot of news media
Right.
would go out there to go to this event. Okay.
I'm excited to see that documentary though.
Which documentary?
You know, the one they're filming. They had those big cameras and stuff.
Oh wait,
I
wait.
don't know what's.
There was like
Yeah,
yeah,
that was
yeah,
a documentary.
I didn't know about this.
It's called Behind the Cube, I think.
Wow.
They were filming parts of it there.
Well, that's with Anthony Brooks, right?
I have no idea.
Okay, well, I saw that there was just like one kid. His last name's Ollie, and he had like a cameraman following him around the entire 3 days.
Were these the people that were with Sam Richard? Because I know he had some people.
I have no idea, but maybe I'm just completely wrong. But I'm pretty sure there was a documentary they were filming about the Rubik's Cube. That's all I got.
Or it could just be like last year at 2014 Nationals where they just had a whole bunch of cameras and never actually put up a video.
Yeah, that was weird. And annoying because those cameras were really annoying.
They were everywhere. 3x3 finals. Good luck getting a good view.
With that giant arm.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
The 3x3 finals of 2014 were really annoying in general. Like the back room, Keaton can testify to this too. Like where we stayed, it was super cold. Like by the time
Dude, that makes me glad that I was like one of the first to go.
Yeah.
Because you complained about it. I know Lucas was really upset about it. It was cold.
At least they don't do that thing for feet solving, or else you'd come out with cold feet.
All right, you should just stop talking, Brandon. Okay, I have a question for Keaton. How do you manage all the things that you do? You do like Reddit and Cubing.
Reddit. I spend way too much time on Reddit, and I don't spend enough time moderating nowadays. But what I try to do is, I got a couple of moderators to help me out, and they've been really great. And so if you guys listen to the podcast right now, you guys are the best. But I try to be, emphasis on the try. I try to be efficient with my time, and I try to make sure that everything is balanced. So I don't spend too much time cubing. I don't spend too much time on Reddit. I don't preoccupy a bunch of my time with competition stuff until close to the competition rolling around. Like when I organize stuff. Like this time, I don't have my heats done. I don't have any of that stuff done because a bunch of it can still be changed because 1.5 million people are going to register in the next couple of weeks, I hope. But I just try and time things well.
All right, Drew, how do you time manage with all of the stuff that you're doing?
Well, I don't do that much stuff for one thing, like school, homework, basketball, cubing. Maybe
so
practice
odd.
a little viola on the side. I mean, it is. During basketball season, I just don't cube much. And if I have a lot of homework, then I don't cube much. Cubing gets kicked to the back of the priorities. But honestly, I have a lot of free time as it is right now. It'll get worse as I go on in school, obviously. Like
until you hit college, and then you have a billion hours of free time.
Yeah.
That you should spend studying.
Yeah.
True.
But I don't know. I don't have that much problem with managing it.
All right. I want to pull up some questions that the listeners sent us, and there's only like 2, I think, on this post. The first question for Keaton is, what do you think is the best way to balance cubing in school? We already kind of talked about that, so we don't really need to say anything about it. But also, do you think you will be able to stay competitive and practice regularly now that you're in second year?
I think that staying competitive in cubing isn't as hard as improving. So it takes very minimal practice, at least for me, to stay around low 9 seconds for 3x3, sub 14 for one hand and stuff like that. But improving and getting faster as other people improve takes a little bit more time. As the semester starts, I'm still going to have a lot of free time to myself, so I'm not too worried about that. But once December comes, I don't cube at all until finals are done. I just put all my cubes aside, I study, I do what I need to do, and then after finals, I relax, and then for January onward, I have a lot more time because it's winter break and I don't have to study, and that's when I try to do a lot of my cubing. So I try to progress more when I don't have stuff. Well, I guess that kind of makes sense. I progress more when I don't have stuff to do, but I prioritize school when I need to. But when I don't need to, I will cube my heart out.
Okay, Keon also has some more questions. Why do you like OH more than 3x3 two-handed? For Keaton, sorry.
I mean, I like two-handed too. I like one-handed because I'm good at it. I didn't get good at one-handed because I was like, oh man, one-handed so much better. I got good at one-hand because I don't know. I just had fun doing it. I like what's fun, and solving cube with one hand is different, but not different enough. So it's still fun.
All right. The next question is for Drew. How does it feel to be the U.S. champ in 3 events? Were you expecting to win Scube?
I guess it feels pretty cool just to have some more diversity in my winning. Like, it's always been like I only win Pyraminx, and I finally caught up in a few other events, although I don't know, we'll get to Scube in a second. But to win 3x3 was really awesome. I've been working a lot harder on that in the past few years than Pyraminx, so I was happy to see some results. And I'm trying to get some more in the next coming months too, some better averages in competition. As far as Scube goes, that was just stupid. Like, I got done with my average and I was like, well, that might be enough for 3rd place. And then I did some other events and some kid walks up to me and he's like, Drew, you won Scube. I didn't even really believe him. Like, okay, they haven't entered all the results yet or something. Because, like, I average 4.5 now and there are all these, like, sub-4 people there. And I haven't practiced.
Jabari.
It was so stupid.
Jabari, Joey.
I mean, I don't know. Scube, I'll take it. I'll take the win, and I'll never win Scube again at Nationals. So, yeah. Were the scrambles good for you? Because in my heat, they were, like, really shitty, and Jabari was in my heat, and he complained.
I don't even remember. I wasn't even paying attention. I was like, yay, I made finals, I'm done. That was the attitude.
Okay. All right, this is the last question. This one's for Keaton. Why do you suck at Rue, and why do you enjoy imitating Sarah Strong?
Oh, okay. So on the Rue Facebook group, there's this weekly race thing, and I'm pretty bad at Rue. I average like 15-ish seconds on it. But the thing is, I kind of just predict my last 6 edges, or my sandwich, last 4 edges a lot of the time. And so I'll DNF it a lot, or I'll be off by like an M2 or something. And so there was this one time where I DNF'd 7 times and an average of 12 for Rue. And I won the Sarah Strong Award for DNFing. It was pretty bad.
I saw that in the Rue group.
Yeah. DNF a million times. It made me sad.
All right. And then there's another post with questions for Keaton, but we can extend them to everyone. The first one is by Corey Sikowski, in all caps, hot dog eating contest.
I know what this is. This is if every sub 15 cuber competed in a hot dog eating contest, who would win?
Ooh. Ooh. What do you think?
And I would say, I don't know if he's still sub 15, but I'd say Dan Cohen. I think he'd have a pretty good shot.
Yeah, he got like a 12-second average. He went to a competition like a few weeks ago.
All right, then he's still sub 15. Then Dan Cohen.
Yeah.
What do you think, Drew?
I think Bob Burton. For sure.
Bob's not sub 15 though.
Oh.
It's like a
I
17
don't care.
average. All right.
I was thinking I think Ro Hessler.
Yeah, like Ro's like my second one. Like, it's like a tiebreaker. You know, Dan Cohen, Ro Hessler.
I don't know. And then there's, I don't know. Yeah, a lot of people could possibly do that. I'm also thinking like Wafo.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Wafo.
definitely.
Because after seeing what he's able to do with liquid, I want to see how good he is with solid. Also, like Mitch, weren't we in a call with Wafo once, and he had ordered, like, he went to McDonald's, and yeah, he ordered like a barrage.
He ordered like
things.
yeah.
I won't even be able to replicate exactly what it was. It was just everything that the heart desires to kill itself and more.
It was kind of insane, and he just like he like ate all of it in like 5 minutes.
He just casually ate all of it, just like, yo, I'm eating this, yo, I'm done.
Wait, so you were in a Skype call while he was at McDonald's?
No.
Like, why?
No, he came back to his place after he was done with McDonald's.
Okay.
He came back with like 2 bags of things for himself. Well, he was gonna eat it with other people, but from what I understand, but they just like were gone or something, so he just ate all of it. Yeah. So there's a question here from Kobe Ballin: how to get good at Scube?
There's another backstory to this one. I have the state record for Scube, and Kobe is a solid 2.5 faster than me, and he's really salty for that. And so the best way to get good at Scube is to not care about it, and then just get good times.
Yeah, I'm with Keaton. He's right.
That's how you won nationals.
Exactly.
That's how I got 4th in nationals.
It must be, because that's not how I did. Like, that's exactly what I did. So.
All right, and then
We should skip this next comment.
yeah, let's see. Billy Burrier, if you had to choose between keeping OH as an event or no more plastic shrink wrap on new cubes, which would you choose, Keaton?
Oh my god. Oh, I hate shrink wrap on cubes. It's such a waste. And it's so frustrating to take out because I can never like break the seal and then I can't get the cube out. But at the same time, I like one hand.
Yeah, same question for you, Drew, but instead of one hand, it'd be Pyraminx.
I actually like the shrink wrap
What?
on the cubes because they aren't all dusty.
What?
Yeah, because like the old like Shang Shaos and stuff, you get them out and they be covered in dust. I like it.
You're weird.
So there you have it.
Yeah,
I know.
dude, you're weird.
It's not normal.
And then Sammy Tawakol.
You just cut that part out of your
Oh my
videos.
god. Then Sammy Tawakol for Keaton said, given your recent progression in 3x3, what do you expect of color neutrality? More importantly, how do you feel about eating spicy ramen, then taking jalapenos, cutting them up and rubbing them on your eyeballs?
What? Okay, so those have absolutely nothing to do with each other.
Yes,
But
that is true.
you know, I love eating spicy food, but I think rubbing it in your eyeballs would be a terrible idea. And oh my god, I can't imagine how much that would hurt. But the color neutrality thing, I think color neutrality is really good, and I think it's definitely worth doing. But at the same time, I feel like if someone's already decently fast at 3x3, like sub 15, sub 20, then switching to color neutrality isn't worth your time because there's always going to be something else that's going to be helping you to get faster. Like instead of doing thousands and thousands of solves or hundreds and hundreds of solves, practicing color neutrality, you could be working on look ahead, learning accents, almost anything else. I do think that by color neutrality, such as white, yellow, blue, green, orange, red, whatever, I think that's worth it because it's not terribly hard to get that extra cross because your pairs are similar. But full color neutrality for someone who is already reasonably fast, I don't think it's worth it.
Yeah, as somebody who's bicolor neutral, but also just builds blocks and does a bunch of FMC, it's really interesting to me, like, to take a 3x3, and if I try building on, say, an orange cross, I'm white, yellow, neutral, so if I try building on an orange cross, for example, I will see 20s. No question. Like, I just cannot get down to averaging 12 like I usually do. And I have a source on that, too, if anyone's interested.
Oh
My God. Shut up.
Yeah, if anybody knows that joke, good job. But yeah, it's like I don't think that for some people color neutrality is. I think that for some people color neutrality is definitely not worth the time, as you were saying, because I could be instead of taking an hour and trying to do unbiased solves on random other colors and stuff, I could be doing an FMC attempt. You know?
True that.
What do you think, Drew and Mitch?
I think that being fully color neutral is kind of overrated. Like, bicolor neutral, you really should be that at least. I'm talking to you, Lucas, right now. Like, it's not that hard. It's not that hard to switch, I don't think. The only thing that really throws you off between cross colors is the colors that aren't your two colors that you start with in your F2L pairs, if that makes any sense at
Yeah, that
all.
makes perfect sense.
And those obviously aren't different between white and yellow, for example. But if you can't do at least two crosses, you just end up with cases that are awful. Just, like, I don't know how you would even do that. But as far as full color neutrality goes, I think you can do almost as well with just two colors. You learn to see farther, I think. You have to force yourself to track your pairs better and stuff like that. So I don't really think it's much worse.
Yeah, I think that's one deficit about color neutrality that isn't really talked about. If I get a bad cross on all 6 crosses, I have no idea what to do. Like, I almost 100% rely on the fact that at least one of my 6 crosses will be good enough to do something decent on.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm just gonna ask the next question because we need to get. Oh, this comment just came in right now. Michael Edmonds asked to Keaton, Who has the best username on r/cubers, and what is the weirdest post that you've deleted as a mod?
See, this is probably someone that I should know, but I completely don't recognize the name, and I feel kind of bad. I think the coolest username on /r/cubers is Phil Hughes. It's AMA Kitten because he did an AMA and he's a small kitten. That's a pretty cool one.
Isn't the AMA happening right now too?
Yeah, the AMA is happening right now. So if you go back in time, because this isn't going to get posted tonight, if you go back in time to today, you can go ask Phil Yu a question. He's a pretty cool guy.
I thought he was a small kitten.
Yeah. I was waiting for that. I just realized what I said.
Did you not mean to do
I
that?
did
I thought
not
for
mean
sure
That was a
you
pretty
must
nice
have.
meme.
That was
And
pretty
then
good.
Michael Edmonds also asked for Drew Brads. Since Colin couldn't compete at Nats to defend his title, do you think he'll be strutting around like he's all that next year? If yes, will you engage him in an epic stare down resulting in a brutal fist fight at the moment you see him next year?
No, I don't think that's Colin's personality, actually.
Dude.
He's pretty quiet.
Colin is super chill, and I don't even think he cares. Like, I don't even think he cares that he... Well, I think he cares that he wasn't there, but I don't think he minds that he wasn't national champion. He got to go to Japan for like a month and a half. That's
Yeah.
really cool.
I will say that I'm a little disappointed that I didn't actually beat his average from last year. His was 832, mine was 833. It was kind of like, I don't know. Even though it doesn't actually mean anything, it kind of feels like it does, you know?
Hey, different scrambles,
There
different
you go.
conditions, different competitions, different time.
Ooh.
You were a different
There you
cuber
go.
now than you were a year ago.
A little
And
bit.
Colin's a different cuber now than he was a year ago.
True. He has a world record now.
Yeah, that's a thing. All right, so thank you to all the listeners who submitted questions for these wonderful people. Now we're going to get to the part of the show that you've all been waiting for, really that I've been waiting for.
Sure.
The best part of the show, Skype Team Blind. Woo! So the way that this is going to work is that since we have two guests, you both will be calling, but we'll be alternating individual calls. It doesn't have to be moves, it can just be individual calls. So if you want to say sexy move, that's fine. If you want to say D, that's fine. If you want to say, like, you have a U-perm with the solved edge in the front and it's going anti-clockwise, you can say that. You can take all that time. So here is the scramble. I'll read it out to all you listeners at home. It is back prime, R2, U2, F2, down 2, back 2, U2, F prime, L2, R2, F2, R prime, F prime, down 2, back, R, down prime, L2, U, L, down prime. And then your cube should look like this. That's a joke. Okay, so who wants to start?
I'll start, and I'm going to call White Cross just so I don't mess things up by doing like some other thing.
All right.
Agree.
All right. So, white top, green front, do Z2. L, R,
R.
F, D.
Oh, wait. So, wait, can you do just one move or what?
Should I do cross? You do F2L1. I do F2L2.
Okay, that works.
All right. So, you're going to do L, R, F, D2.
Now, R, U, R2, U prime, R.
And then L, U, L prime, U, L, U prime, L prime.
Then U, R, U prime. No, R, U, R prime, U prime, F, U prime, F prime.
And then double sexy.
Might have to call this OLL manually. R, U prime, R2, D prime, wide R, U2, R prime, U prime, wide R prime, D, R2, U, R prime.
You should continue calling because I definitely messed up.
Okay, this is probably not going well. Okay, you two. And then you have the L perm that starts with L prime U R prime.
No idea. Where's the swap?
Okay,
Where's the corner swap?
it's on the front. It's on the front.
Wait,
I think we messed up pretty bad. I messed up pretty bad. Keaton was fine.
Dang, what is this? What are
yo,
those?
why didn't you just do F sexy, wide F sexy?
Oh, because I forgot about that out.
That's the only
Oh, that
outline.
would have been easier.
What was the OLL?
The CPU was actually going to be fine for that case too.
It was a no edges OLL where it's like F sexy and then wide F sexy F prime.
Oh,
It was a dot case.
oh, the good dot case. Oh,
that one.
wait, the OLL CP was
Yeah.
good. Like,
Well, it
I
was
don't know.
it was F sexy F prime, wide F sexy F wide F prime, and it would have
Oh, yeah.
I
given
think
you.
I
a good
called
prime.
like 2 moves badly. It was bad.
I got lost somewhere in there.
I was like, I gotta make sure I'm doing the right move. So that DNF'd at 152.
I didn't get past the first pair because Drew went too fast.
Oh my god.
Dang it, Mitch. All right, so that was Skype Team Blind. I think I failed miserably for the first time on the show.
wow.
You should
Yeah.
redeem yourself.
No, I'm pretty sure I was the only one who failed miserably.
Well, my cube wasn't solved, and that was a thing. I don't think that's happened before.
Okay.
But yeah, thank you to our wonderful callers and guests on the show, and yeah, just thank you for being here. And check out Phil Yu's AMA. Check out both of these people's Reddit and YouTubes and all this wonderful stuff. Like Drew Brad's Facebook page. Do all that awesome, cool stuff. We're gonna keep that in the show notes for you. And yeah, thanks for being on, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you
Yeah.
very much for having us.
Thanks.
All right, so next time on the CubeCast podcast, we are not sure who we're gonna have as a guest, but hey, we'll figure it out or something. So until then.
Bye!
I am.